How training differs for strength and hypertrophy training? A question by AKXSH-08. Thank you very much for the question. And you have to understand that strength and hypertrophy training, whilst they do overlap, those are two separate methods of training. Strength training, the goal in strength training is to improve specific skills, specific movements, the bench press, the iron cross, the planche, the vertical jump. Hypertrophy training is getting specific muscle group as big and as aesthetic as we can. So this is not a matter of function, but a matter of appearance. So they have completely different approaches, although they do overlap mostly in the beginning. In the beginning, you will get stronger and you will grow bigger, and the more advanced you'll get, the more separate the approaches would seem. Diving into the specific differences. When we are training for strength, we will be farther from failure because we want technical efficiency, we want power output, force output, we want explosiveness, and the closer we are to failure, the less efficient we will be, the less power output we will have, the slower we would move, and the more technical errors we will now adapt our body to. So on average, you will go farther from failure. You will train higher in intensity, so 1 to 5 reps. That's a good numbers to give you now as a general guideline. From 1 to 5 repetitions. We will have lower weekly volume. When training for strength, the weekly volume per movement will be 15 to 25 repetitions. Aim for that weekly volume. Now we are talking about hypertrophy training. We want to cause a lot of damage, as this is one of the biggest mechanisms of actually how to potentially build more muscle. And in order to cause more metabolic stress, more mechanical damage, we have to go closer to failure. We have to perform longer time under tension sets, more weekly volume. So now we are talking about 25 to 50 repetitions of per muscle group training, and either surpassing 50 up to 100 total repetitions per muscle group. And you organize your training muscle group because those are your goals. So your weekly, how you lay out your week is now organized depending on muscle groups and not on skills or movements. In strength training, you train push, pull, squat, hinge. In hypertrophy training, you train chest, biceps, quadriceps, glutes. So for strength training, which is different from hypertrophy, lower volume, 15 to 25 repetitions weekly per movement, high in intensity, far from failure. Hypertrophy training, close to failure, much more volume, muscle group oriented, and these are the main differences practically speaking between training for strength and hypertrophy.